Hi everyone, and welcome to Module 2 of our course. So now that we have completed Module 1, which set a really good foundation for multi-genre studies and discovery for our class, we're going to move on and look at texts written by other people and what we discover by the things that we read. Specifically, we are all going to be reading that short nonfiction book that we chose. We're going to be discussing those books and writing about those books in our reading logs. And then our next project is going to be a summary response paper dedicated to that book once you've completed reading the entire thing. So as far as multi-genre writing goes, summary response essays are a very specific type of academic essay, and they're very different from narrative essays, which you already wrote, which was telling the story. Later in this module, you will watch a lecture that walks you through exactly how to set up a summary response paper, but really it's pretty self-explanatory. It's in the title. You summarize what you've read and you respond to what you've read. And so that is going to be also a really good foundation for then segueing into our next unit, which is about rhetoric, where we analyze and evaluate how someone else is persuading us to believe something, okay? And so responding to what we're reading, we're already sort of evaluating what somebody has to say. And so it's really just stepping stones to get, you can think of it as stepping stones to get to that next module. So we're continuously building on top of what we're learning. For this paper coming up, the summary response paper, you just have to cite your book. And so again, you can see how we're building upon what we have learned before. You didn't have to cite anything in your narrative essay because that doesn't really make sense for the genre of storytelling about yourself, right? But in a summary response essay, it would make sense to cite something. And so now we're adding one source, and that one source is our book. And then as we move forward in the class, we'll start to add in more sources as it makes sense for the genre that we're writing about and also the content that we're writing about to synthesize ideas. And so that is what I have to say about multi-genre writing for this next module, but also building upon the previous one and looking forward. As far as discovery goes, you want to continue to think about your own personal and academic discoveries as we move through this next module. Specifically, what are you discovering in that short nonfiction text that you're reading? And your discussions and your reading logs and your eventual essay will include portions where you talk about your own discoveries in that reading, specifically in that short nonfiction text and how all those discoveries perhaps intersect. So I hope you're really excited about this module. Both of the books that you could have chosen for this module are really wonderful. The authors are really wonderful writers. So I hope you really enjoy it. Please, I want to encourage you to continue to think about discovery, different genres and how they're appropriate for what we're doing, but also to please be very, very diligent in reading all of the pages in each of the modules and all the subsequent weeks that fall into those modules, and just really making sure to read all the instructions. But of course, I'm always here for you. So once you go through everything and you still have questions, please reach out and let me know. Other than that, I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful week, and I'll just be here on the other side of the screen. Bye.